Oh, it's out. Why would we do it?
Who's kind of in the list?
All right, Zoomers, we're going to have you introduce yourselves in a bit, but until you talk, if you could remember to mute your volume, that would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
So welcome to the Above and Beyond Cancer cooking class. It's fun. We got some new faces here tonight. This is Teresa, our amazing chef. One thing that we love about these cooking classes that takes place here at Teresa's store, Kitchen Collage, so we encourage you to look around. You might find a good holiday gift before you leave tonight. Teresa's been a friend of Above and Beyond Cancer since it started 10 years ago and donates her time in very many ways, and this is one of them. And one of the fun things about having Teresa here is she can teach us not only that cooking is fun, but it can be creative. So you'll see that you have the recipes in front of you, but sometimes we go off recipe. And I feel like that's the great part about being a chef. And we want you to have that courage in your kitchen as well, to look at a recipe, tinker with it, make it your own, and be your own creator as well. And Nella is our videographer here tonight. And before we get started with the recipe, I'd like each of you to say your first name, where you're from, and one brief sentence of why you're here tonight. We're going to start with Diane in the back.
Diane was on a trip.
Yes, we met Diane in Peru. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yay for Diane. And Gretchen reminded me that Diane invited her to our forest bathing event that we did for the first time this year, which was really lovely. So Gretchen, thanks for coming again. We'll swoop over here.
We're big supporters.
Thank you, Julie, for being here.
Greg, longtime supporter and fan of everything about ABC, and have never ever, I'm ashamed to say, done one of these classes. And I saw it come up and said, boom, I think I could be one of the first.
You were, you may have been. So check this off your list. Awesome. And Greg is on our board of directors, so he has a lot of good heart for us. Thank you.
Honored to be.
I'm Blair. I'm from Moines. Greg's daughter. And I'm here because we love Above and Beyond Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I like him.
Nick, or you want us to call you son-in-law of Greg? Thanks, Nick.
I'm Maria. Hello. This is the second cooking class. I did the first one online, and so I'm excited to be here just to see new ways of doing things in cooking.
Easy. And Marie was just given an award at our last luncheon for being herself, her amazing self. Thanks, Maria. That's good. Too bad we don't have a punch card. I like a loyalty punch card.
And I just want to get more help in foods that I don't eat. So
Oh, listen to that.
Okay, we're gonna work hard on that
Yeah,
tonight.
this is impressive though. Third class in a row.
I'm Kathy and I'm Julie's sister-in-law. I started coming to she invited me, so this is my third one as well. And I want to eat better because I pretty much have the diet of a raccoon. So
I don't know what that means. It doesn't, I mean, Steve, I don't know.
the crazy thing is that my husband, who is a microbiologist, he gets medical journals, and he recently got a journal about raccoons in the city, and that they're starting to see high blood pressure, like heart disease in those raccoons.
Oh. Because they're going dumpster diving. Oh, that's the way to kill them. There we go.
The brave schools that takes the record.
Yeah, right. Who's on that research? Kelly, you want to introduce yourself? Where are you from? Why you're here?
Kelly, I'm from Des Moines, I have some Spanish. And I'm on the board of the You hear such great things, and there's a cancellation, so I'm here.
Yeah, yay. Thanks, Kelly.
Check that box. As the board member, I'm in.
All right, we're gonna let our, I also want to introduce someone on our Zoom. Well, everyone introduce themselves, but particularly I want to have Lori Graff is our registered dietitian joining us from her home. And Lori will be sharing throughout tonight the good news about what we're eating and why it's good for us. And she's a great resource. And there's also time for Q&A with Lori Graff as well. Lori, you want to give a wave and a hello? People can see your face.
Yeah, I think you said, do you want to give your info?
No, do you just want to wave to people and say hi?
Oh, wave, yes.
Okay, we're all over. Okay, we got someone all the way from Salt Lake City. Woo-hoo. There we go.
Another board member.
Hello, it's Vicky and Jill.
Say
hello,
Jill.
So if we had to award for the most consistent focused person for our cooking classes, it would be Vicky Bott. And she is very diligent about cooking with us from Salt Lake City. Thanks, Vicky. And then we have a girl party going on here. Lynn and Val and Pam, Louise, Darcy, all peeps who have normally come in person and they're put together in a home, and they all met above and beyond cancer.
See anybody?
Go.
Hi, everybody.
For nachos. Okay, and Alicia.
There were 4.
Oh, that's Jill Means. Nope. There we go.
Hi, I'm Alicia. My mom is a 5-year cancer survivor, and she thought this would be a fun activity for us to do together, but then she decided to go to California. And so here I am. I've bought all of the ingredients, and just yesterday found out one of my kids has COVID and they both have strep. So I needed this little bit of a break to cook and get my mind off things.
Oh, well, perfect. We're going to do all that. Thank you for being here. All right, Teresa, where would you like us to start?
I should ask how far along everyone is with their prep work in their own kitchens, so I kind of know where to coach you through. Oh, look at Val's like, we've made it, we've eaten, and now we're drinking. Way to go! Way to go! How about you, Vic?
Sorry, I was too busy cutting my sweet potato to listen.
Okay,
What did you
no,
ask?
that's all right. I'm just trying to determine how far along everyone is in their kitchen before I.
We've peeled our butternut / banana squash, so we're gonna cut that up.
Okay.
And I'm slicing my thin sweet potatoes.
So turn your oven to 400 and get your squash in the oven. And,
Got it.
okay, and Alicia, have you sliced or prepped your squash yet?
I think we can do it like this because
Maybe she's just watching.
Yes, my squash is done. My potatoes are cut and I'm
Good
ready to go.
student. Everybody's done. And Judy, how are you doing? She's on it.
So I think, yeah, once it's soft or cooked, we can cut it.
Well, all right. Sounds like everyone's done their homework. Good job.
Okay. So our virtual attendees were given some assignments in advance to do.
It's some cheap little thing, but it's
Because I do prep, but I want to show the folks here. So I'm going to do a few things, folks. The easiest way to slice sweet potatoes, there's 2 ways, unless you're a super duper knife skills person, which when it comes to sweet potatoes, I think is very difficult. So, one thing, when you use a mandolin, you always use a glove. People will say, but that's more money. Yep, it is, but
But not if it's an emergency
you
room?
don't have to land in the emergency room for 4 hours and then have this major deductible.
Is it a special kind of glove, Teresa?
Yeah, it is. They're not max. They're strong enough to use, so if you do slice,
Then you mix butter, garlic,
so.
Parmesan,
Be a different kind of manicure, that's what you're telling me?
and chick. There you go.
Don't need that DNA.
Like hard cheese, some thyme and some other stuff, and then you mix it all in, and then you just take them and stack them, and then you bake.
So you're supposed to be doing this about a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna show you in the food process. It does it in seconds. So if you've got something on your mixer, go right ahead. I think sharp blades are wonderful. And if they have power behind them, it's even quicker in the kitchen. So I scrubbed my potatoes and left the skin on. So you get the idea here. And then the other idea, put it in, power it up. And I have, let me make sure that I do this.
So Teresa, obviously that mandolin can be used for a lot of things.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
That
we've
was
used
going-
it practically for every class, I think. We've sliced sweet potato squash, all kinds of things. So I have an adjustment on my food processor,
So there's an adjustment on the mandolin too.
right? There's all kinds, right? So. Put that back there. And. Yeah. Large machine.
Whoa. Hello, technology.
Wow.
What about a glove with a food processor?
Yeah.
Well, so when you don't have time in the kitchen, there are gadgets that help you with your time. So we did this ahead of time and we recorded it, but we didn't do so good with our technology. So if you want to do this ahead of time, is slice, and then I just put them in ice water in the fridge for a day.
Be able to do if you're gonna serve this for a gathering or a party. To
Right,
prep
you want to
that
make it
time.
that, because I was thinking, these are delicious, so you want to make sure you have enough for everybody. There we go. There we go. So. That works. You can do them as thin or as thick as you want. So these are thick ones. The thicker you do them, the longer they take to cook. So know how everybody thinks, but I did these this morning. So we're gonna oil these up and stick them in just to see, just to add extra, but I'll warm those up. There was a moment where I thought I was burning things in the kitchen. So, trying to multitask today. So obviously this is a lot of sweet potatoes. So Nella, do you want to just put a
Get the
few
different tray first.
on that tray? And then Nella is a true chef. So we're gonna put these on the tray and then we're gonna spray those babies. And then just put a few so
Teresa, talk about your olive oil spray pack there.
all right, so when you want to roast vegetables, usually take the oil and go like that, and a lot lands on the tray. So we're just trying to pour what I call like your bread. If you want to dip your bread in olive oil, I call it the dip and drip. By the end of the night, you got it right? So if you spray it on your bread, you don't dip and drip. But, you know. Yeah, you just drive down the road, spray it, eat your bread. I was hungry on the way home.
So obviously the advantage to this is you can have a quality olive oil in this canister versus buying an aerosol can at the grocery store, right, Teresa?
Correct. And we talk about olive oil all the time. Lori talks about it all the time too. Oftentimes when you buy olive oil, if you're buying cheap olive oil, there's been something added. You know, it doesn't have to be reported that it's 100% olive oil on the back. It's just like, ooh, I got this for $5. You sure did. And you got $5 worth of oil.
How can you tell?
So we go back and forth. In the US, the only states that have requirement for the oils are Georgia and California. So if you're doing US made oil, Georgia and California is where you want to order or get. And then if you're doing imports, you know, the Greeks will get mad if you say, don't buy this, don't buy that. But I think oftentimes if you're looking for organics or, you know, what kind of olive oil do you have? If you ask those questions, I'm not trying to belittle anybody in the neighborhood that sells a lot of oil. I'm just saying, pay attention to what you're buying. And you'll get a better flavor. And oftentimes, use the less expensive oils to saute because you're burning up all the polyphenols as soon as you put them in the pan. So you've spent a lot of money and then, you know, you just burn it up in a pan. So it's better if you're spraying or if you're adding to salad or something like that. Just buy it and use less. You don't have to use as much. Okay, we're gonna put these babies in. And here's the other part work. This is the other thing people ask a lot about is how to cut squash. There it is. So sharp knives are important. People, Jill's hint is to put it in the microwave for like a minute or two, just to soften it up. And my little secret is to have a sharp knife. Sharp. Okay. So probably should do it like this. And then my little secret is, so your knife probably came from the factory between 18 and 22 degrees. So 90, 45, half of that's 22 and a little closer is 18. Now we do. So up and down a few times and bingo. Sure. And since I'm such a short human, I put it in the sink. As I can create more force. Right. So that is my. See people like this one and
Oh, right.
Right.
I will definitely say the trick of putting it in the microwave and softening the skin is a game changer, has been a game changer for me when it comes to cutting into this outer layer of the squash.
So when I grew these at home in the garden, there's this little bubbly stuff that comes out. Does anybody know what that means? Oh, weird looking.
Means it's turning into booze. Got a squash liqueur.
Yeah.
Still tastes fine.
Fall vegetables and how to manage. So, and as Mary said, I don't use a microwave, so I don't have one, but for those that you that do, it will make your life easier when it comes to squash. So now I'm gonna seed these and then You just spray them and salt them and turn them upside down, and I'll stick these in the oven too. Okay. So everybody remote. So we've got 2 glasses of wine. And this one. Here, we can use this one now. Okay, so. The reason I have carrots is because we're making carrot chips. Everyone else, Griff, what are you gonna eat your nachos with? Right?
Your hummus.
Yeah, your hummus. What are you gonna eat your hummus? And today, more nachos with Any questions? Questions? Okay. There's some of our prep work. Okay.
Teresa, you said you didn't. So do you just stick in the oven to soften it before?
Well, no, I just use a sharp knife, just a sharp knife. But, and you know, pizza in a cast iron skillet is awesome. You don't have to heat it up. Oh, we're not talking about pizza.
Another time.
We'll talk about pizza.
I will say that getting quality knives obviously is important, and Teresa has really good knives here at the store, and they also offer sharpening here at Kitchen Collage.
So if you have full knives, bring them in and I'll put an edge on. So if you say, oh, I only need a crank knife, then I need to talk to you.
Game changer on the knives.
Okay. So a little bit of prep work out of the way. Oh, and then we also are doing chicken. So we had a complaint that we were, well, not really a complaint, but that we were only doing plant-based. So I'm gonna saute off some chicken. So is everybody wondering where I'm at there? Is everybody, those girls are having a girl party, maybe.
We're having fun.
I don't know.
You're starting to sound like this. Wah, 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 wah.
What are we doing?
Okay,
We've
going
got
off-
everything
We
in our blender, but we're waiting for our butternut squash to cook.
Okay, perfect. You're doing okay. You're doing great. You could probably cut any other veggies, and this is not on the original recipe. We're adding animal protein, so I know that's not your gig, Vicki. So Teresa's going to show a great way to cook the chicken here on the stovetop.
Okay. Well, we cut all of our sweet potatoes up on the mandolin, so we got that covered.
Woo! Put them in the oven at 400 degrees, Vicki. You will be right on task. All right. So ahead of time, that's a good thing to do with proteins. I put oil on my chicken, and then I put salt and pepper, and I had some chili lime salt. So I thought, oh, I'll put that on too. So I don't even know if we have it. As a retailer, it's a great thing to use what I don't have, but I'm gonna try some. It's awesome. So I have other Jacobson salt. Okay, I think I'll do this. We'll get this started. We'll see how much. No, I took it out of the fridge probably hour and a half ago, maybe an hour ago. So it's easier to have it at kind of room temp, I think. It's not like it's been sitting out all day. So.
And would you say that for most proteins, Teresa, to have them go to room temperature
Yeah,
before you
yeah.
cook them?
Especially beef. Beef. Yeah.
Then that makes it cook. I think this area cold. So when it's meat temperature, you
Would the same be for fish as well? To have it set out before?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that's true of eggs when you're cooking them, and also if you're baking with them,
Nice.
all room temp. And you remember, they were room temp when you got them from the chicken to start.
Right.
So this idea that they have to be cold because something's going to go wrong is not a good thought.
Right.
if you go to
Yeah. The refrigerator.
We have chickens and we don't put anything.
Yeah.
So Teresa, did you say you used olive oil or do you recommend a different higher heat oil for this?
When I sprayed these, I just sprayed them with what I have.
Okay.
So if you were pouring a bunch in there, yeah, I'd probably use a cheaper olive. Okay.
Is this juice enough for me to unplug it?
Yeah. Water. We good? Okay. All right. It's a lot of prep work, but it's all going to come. Oh, cutting boards. You asked about cutting boards. Okay. These are all well used. But it's a wood cellulose basically. And we throw them in the dishwasher. I like wood. The worst things you can use on your knives is this counter. So Corian, marble, glass, awful. Thing is, your knife hits the cutting board, so that knife just in micro ways just plays out, so your knife goes sharp or dull right away. So you have to think like, my knives are for a lifetime. My board is not. When people say, "Oh, my board looks horrible," yes, it should. If you use it.
What about the regular wood one?
Wood's fine.
Wood's okay. And
Yeah.
just throw it out.
Yeah, and then if you're worried about germs, salt works.
Yeah, with a little bit of lime.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
That's your homemade antibacterial.
Right. Absolutely.
Lime and salt.
Yeah, I just put the salt and I cut the lime or lemon in half and I just brush it.
Once a week, once a month, every time you-
About like every once a month. Yeah, yeah. Tequila too, yeah. Lick it.
Do you lick the floor and then lick it with the tequila?
No knives in that dishwasher.
No. It dulls them. It dulls them. It only takes seconds to clean. It really does.
So Teresa, what are you looking for as you're looking at the chicken and how to decide when you're gonna turn it?
Well, if I don't get in a hurry, like everybody gets in a hurry, it'll release itself. So the fat in the protein will help, as you saute, that's your signal to release. It's 3 or 4 minutes and then it'll come off itself. Any protein, right, Noah? Yeah.
So when you say come off itself, it's gonna not stick as much to the bottom.
Correct.
It's
Woo,
ready to
look
turn.
at, that came right up. Everybody's like, oh, it always sticks. No, it doesn't. You're just in a hurry. Just in a hurry. Slow down. It's olive oil. Yeah. Mhm. So it's always a good idea to kind of heat the pan and then put your olive oil in, and then when it ripples, it's ready. So it is ready. Those girls, how's that girl party going?
I think it's going good.
Yeah.
Do you want Lori to, do you have time
Yeah,
for Lori to
oh,
talk about some
absolutely.
things?
Yeah, that'd be super cool.
Okay, Lori, are you ready to talk a little bit about some of the ingredients we have with the sweet potato nachos and the butternut squash hummus, and share what you think is important?
I do. And I'm super organized tonight and even looked up everything. So with the butternut squash, which we use butternut squash and sweet potatoes a lot in our cooking class, And that's just because there's such a powerhouse of nutrition. And how many milligrams of potassium? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to turn it up a little bit.
Okay. What I want to know is how many milligrams of potassium we need a day.
What? Potassium. You've stumped us, Lori.
Yeah, the girls know. At least 4,000, 4,500 is what we say is the RDA. So a cup of butternut squash contains 500 milligrams. Really important because you will not ever be completely hydrated if you do not get adequate potassium. So they talk about it preventing high blood pressure. It prevents high blood pressure because it prevents calcium from staying in your arteries and veins with the with the balance of electrolytes, and you stay hydrated. Super important. Butternut squash also has the 7 grams of fiber and a great source of beta carotene. And we're in the fall winter season where we're all trying to stay healthy. The flu season. Vitamin A, if you have a good microbiome, your beta carotene will turn to vitamin A, which is the key ingredient to keeping a healthy mucosa. Which, guess how many square feet we have of mucosa layer?
Of what?
Our mucosal layer, which is the lining of our intestines, our lungs, our nasal passages. So the whole area that protects us from getting, that protects us from a virus.
How long? Is that what you're asking?
How many square feet?
Oh,
if we were
goodness.
to a house.
1,000. How much, Lori?
4,000 square feet. So it's a huge area. So I figure if I kind of give you a little trivia, that it will kind of stress the importance a little more. So this butternut squash or butternut hummus, super, super healthy because we have all this potassium, we have this fiber, we have beta carotene, and then we're adding the chickpeas for more fiber. So it's just a super, super option. Then,
So Lori, someone asked, the other squash families, do they have similar nutrient density like the butter or the spaghetti squash and the acorn squash?
it's going to be similar if it's orange. If it's not orange, it's not going to be similar.
So how would that work? You're going to use carrots to dip into that powerhouse butternut squash. So are we getting a lot in the carrots since it's orange as well?
Yes. Mm-hmm. But to compare, like the sweet potatoes have 180 milligrams of potassium, where the butternut squash is 500.
Wow.
But the sweet potatoes contain 213% of the RDA of beta carotene, where the butternut is only 87%. So really by mixing and matching all your oranges, you get there.
Nice. So what if I was to summarize, you're saying this is so good for our stomach biome and it's going to be really good for immunity. So great food source coming through
for
the
your
holiday
hydration,
season.
your heart health. Yeah. So this is really a power recipe.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm. Actually, both of them, because they're both an orange vegetable with a bean. One's chickpeas, one's sweet potatoes and black beans.
Absolutely.
What was that last sentence, Lori?
Did somebody ask a question?
No, what was, I didn't hear your last sentence. All right. Okay, Teresa's taking the chicken out.
We can cook it all up. Because we're gonna let this rest under some Graff.
Oh, yeah.
Or how about, Don't be worried. Not gonna melt. None of us are gonna melt. Not here.
Teresa, how long did you say you put the chicken in? And where it's 3 minutes, is that what you say?
3 to 4 minutes before you have to turn them.
Right, that's what I meant.
3 to 4 minutes before you have to turn it. Usually it releases. So the hotter the pan, the quicker the release, of course. But I'm not doing things quite as fast as I would otherwise, just so we can work through some of it. Good.
Okay, do our virtual participants have any questions so far? Teresa's still working on the chicken, the squash, and sweet potatoes are in the oven. Any questions at this point? All right, I think we're okay.
Question. I have a question. We have a question.
All right.
Did you guys like do anything with the spices for the hummus?
Not yet. Good question. That sounds like now. Definitely about I will.
We did quite a bit more.
I measured my spices, but I'm going to show everyone how to use cumin so you get a better flavor. So do you have cumin seed, Val?
No, we just had the ground kind that comes in
That's
the.
fine. That's fine.
And then it was a little bland, but we pretty much doubled all the spices. I'm not sure if that's what we're to do, but
Yeah.
Teresa,
Yes.
do you have a tool to shred chicken better than to pork?
Is that a softball? I just caught it. I'm going to show you how to do it with pork.
Lynn, did you buy that tool already?
Oh, God, that's so funny.
I don't think anybody has that tool. We were
that tool.
show them our triple batch.
I'm going to show you how to use the fork. Yeah.
Awesome.
Triple batch.
Did a triple batch.
Whoa.
And we're already eating it. So there.
You're already eating the butternut squash.
Hey, team.
Nice.
My staff needs stuff.
Hi, staff.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow. Have fun.
Back to meal.
All right. Yeah, I left that alone. And it all just turned over. You just gotta let it go and forget about it. Okay. I'm just gonna keep the sound down that way. All right. Got the chicken. We're going to talk about shredding chicken, but now we're going to talk about how to get a better flavor in our seeds so they're not bland, right? So I oftentimes buy, instead of cumin powder, cumin seed. And cumin seed and mortar and pestle. So I think the recipe called for like a 1/4 teaspoon, and that's why you're thinking, that's bland, right? So you're right. You need at least a teaspoon. So there's probably, I don't know, teaspoon there. Let's put a little more. Since we're going to turn the heat on, let's just put more in there. So let's see. So just like pine nuts, when you start to smell them, it's burnt. So you have to pay attention. And this pan will heat up pretty rapidly. Oh. I think my chicken's fine.
Teresa, I was just telling Nella, ever since taking or doing cooking classes with you, I don't think I buy cumin powder anymore. It's all about the seed.
In any, if you can, if you have the choice of powder or seed, if you can select seed, you're going to get a better flavor. And that's because when heat hits the seed, the oils are released. And so you have instant flavor. Oftentimes you'll be in the cupboard and you'll be like, what? You know, that doesn't smell like anything. It's probably old. And like my mother, she dates hers. We leave one in the cupboard that is like, I don't know, they don't even make the can it's in anymore. But my kids will go home, my grandchildren open the cupboard and say, it's still here. It's still here. So who knows what it is? Tarragon probably, or something like that. She might have used once or something. But so that, I think allspice will tell you, you should throw away your powders if you haven't used them every year. And it's just because it's no longer fresh. If you're using a spice to impart flavor, and that's part of Lori's thing, you have to have 25 different foods a day, and you get to count your spices, right? Isn't that what you
She talks about 50 a week.
Oh,
50 a week,
not
including
25
your
a day.
spices.
But you get to count spices as one of those. So we'll have Lori chime in if she hasn't left yet. But that's part of it. Moving this around because I'm impatient.
And you tell them by the color?
Yeah.
Because if you said you smell it.
You'll start to smell it too. But I'm good for burning many things. I'm just I get funny during cooking classes.
Yeah.
I don't ever like to meet the fire department.
So what are you looking for on the a change of color?
Yeah. Change the color and it'll kind of start to
Smell.
yeah. And there you put it in a dry pan. But you can kind of see. I'm moving it around so it doesn't get. There you go. Can you smell it now? Okay. So, yeah, there it is. Get it out of the pan before it cooks more. It'll still, and there's the smoke. So, smell it, everybody? Can everybody smell it, right? So, thing about a mortar and pestle, I think this is the most important part. You can have whatever size you want bowl. This is your workhorse. And the larger, the quicker the work. And yes, there's probably an electric machine that'll do this for you. But actually, I find
Some of the electric brings too much heat to the places.
right, that's true. Nola's point. The blade will bring heat. Pass that around.
Now I can really smell it.
There you go, Val. Look at that.
Amazing.
There you go. Pass that around. So, and that.
When your pan, sorry, I missed that. The pan was dry, right? You just toasted it in a dry pan.
Was dry. And I just kind of stayed right there so I didn't burn them.
But no looking at TikTok while you're doing your cumin seeds. They could burn.
Okay, so we've got kind of a lot of components here. Now we're going to throw our hummus together. So I roasted off one of my squash, right? And I've got another one in there, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, no, we're not. Excuse me, I need to get a blade. You can do hummus in a blender or a food processor. It's just easier to get out of a food processor.
Does anybody make hummus?
I think
it's that pure hummus
that she
It's very pretty too. It's so bright orange. I've done that.
Yeah.
How are we doing there, you guys? You guys
We're
are
still
having
waiting.
squash?
We have the sweet potatoes in the oven and just waiting for the squash to get soft.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. You guys are,
See that?
Val's team is way ahead.
And I'm gonna come closer to you so then they can see how the hummus.
You need to plug in now.
No idea.
It's the timer.
Oh, cool. That is adorable.
All right, girls. All right. Here's my squash. This is our orange squash that Lori likes to talk about. Okay.
That's skin and all, right, Teresa?
No, I took the skin off. So you allow it to cool, and I took the skin off. You know, Greg, there wouldn't be anything wrong with putting it on. Or leaving it on, but I'd worry that the skin was bitter. So, just like sometimes potatoes are bitter too. Okay, my other hat. Oh, there they are. My other hat is you're supposed to put garlic in, and I roasted off a whole head of fresh garlic that I got from a farmer. So I'm gonna put a whole head of garlic in, and I roasted it, so it's very sweet. If anybody has any questions on how to do that, I'll show you how to do that too. So we're gonna have some garlic in there. Okay, 2 cans of chickpeas because we're doubling.
Yes, we double.
All right. And it says butter, but I always save my chickpea.
Oh,
juice.
yeah.
If you're vegan, you can blend it and it's your egg whites, right?
Yeah.
But I always say that because sometimes this is too thick and I want to thin it a little bit with the lime. Okay, and I washed these, and it says the juice of 1 lemon. We're going to start with the juice of 1 lemon, even though we're doubling. I do have a second, but the zest of a lemon imparts so much flavor, I hate to waste it. So this makes everything smell so fresh too. And someone may need to look at their recipe to make sure I don't forget something, but it has paprika,
Tahini.
and tahini. And it says 2 tablespoons tahini, which means I double it, which would be 4 tablespoons, but I like tahini. So I'm going to put more tahini in my recipe. Okay. The zest of 1 lemon as well as the juice.
I would have to say it's another favorite thing I bought in the store. Yes, all the time. Kitchen hacks.
Right. Don't do what I do. So we got all the flavor from the zest. And we have all the flavor from the lemon. Okay. We have salt. I measured the paprika, which is sweet. There is lots of paprika out there. Use what you want. Use what you have. And this calls for, I think, a 1/4 teaspoon, which would be a half. And I'm going to put not all of that, like maybe a teaspoon. Yeah. Okay, so we've got that, and now the tahini.
Okay, I'll see you. I got cute jar.
Right. You can use it. Very the trend. Chocolate chip cookies. Tahini chocolate chip cookies. Very on trend. Just saying. Baba ganoush. There you go.
And then they take it sometimes and put honey on it.
Right.
And then you use it as a dip.
As a dip.
Crushed soybeans.
It's sesame, and it can be an allergen, right? So if you're allergic to nuts, you need to pay attention to that.
Let us know.
Yeah. Right.
Like now.
Right. Okay. Just so you can tell, right? There's my tahini. I like tahini.
Okay.
So yeah, it's more than a 1/4 cup. So
You fake it or do you stir it?
I see. I shook it. I know there's a big cloud on the bottom.
Oh, I just was curious, because I always thought that's the hard part. It's really quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's in the box. There is a tea that you can buy at Whole Foods. That's like a square pot. But I don't know what else is in it besides.
It costs $500.
Yeah, it does.
The fresh time has a very inexpensive food. Organic.
There you go. Fresh thyme. First time it is. Okay. Let's do that sweet potatoes on it. So I just rinsed it. Thank you, son-in-law.
Olive oil, with creamier and buttery. Olive oil. Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Okay. So. Smells awesome. Taste it. I'm gonna do a little oil over the top of each one too.
With some paprika.
Wow. I don't know if yours tastes good, but ours tastes better. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. So Meredith is stupid on there. Stupid on there, but let's serve it with just a little spray of olive oil and a little,
The paprika back up
yeah, a
there.
little paprika. Do we have some back there? Oh, here it is.
And then do you want to make the carrot chips?
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna get that in a bowl. But a little bit of, shake some of this. Thank you. Yum. Yeah, it's gonna say that. It's yum. So here's the other thing, and
It
we had
stores
a
really well for a long
customer
time.
remind us that you can do this with beets. Beets are beautiful. If you've got fresh beets, roast those on. I mean, Lori talks about the color of the rainbow. Any vegetable that is colorful, you can make into a hummus. It's not just chickpeas.
Even black beans.
Black beans, yep, that's a great hummus. I mean, think about red pepper hummus. You're buying all that stuff at wherever. This is better. It's better. Right, there's red pepper hummus, there's right.
Beet hummus.
Beet hummus, right? But I can't wait for you all to try it. Now let's do a great job.
Gluten fast.
Serving that up.
You want to do the carrot chips for the hummus?
Okay, I will. Yeah, I will. I was thinking, oh, it's gonna do it in the food process. Seconds later, okay, I'll use mine. What's that? Yep, right over there. Just go right through there. So every mandolin, there comes a jar, but no one ever uses it. That's why I use it.
Hi, Teresa.
Hey, Vicki.
Are the Are the sweet potatoes supposed to get crispy, or they just, mine are starting to get browned and crinkled?
Well,
at
you
the
should
edges?
take them out because here's the thing. Yes, there's less calories in a roasted sweet potato chip, but if you deep fry them, they're crispy. So you can't deep fry them, not in this class.
So they should be crispy on the outside, but not on the.
They're not too crispy. Here, I'll show you that. Mine, right? I left the skins on, so they're a little brown. But they
Okay,
still taste
yeah.
good. Here's more.
Thanks.
And again, you can do vegetable chips, turnips. What else do we do? Turnips, parsnips.
You've done beet chips.
Beet chips. If you do golden beets, they're pretty. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, right? So your flavor profile, you roasted your cumin. Just really good olive oil in there. That lemon zest. It's good. Oh, by the way, the glove goes in the dishwasher. Top out. You can throw it in your washing machine, but it's so much lighter and fluffier than the store-bought. And it's kind of whipped in there, so that's not all. Right. What else? Got a lot going on. More carrots. Just give everybody a carrot now. Your blood's fine. All right. Remember, don't follow the recipe when it comes to tahini. Add more. Add more.
One way to get through a jar.
Yeah. Right. And paprika. And lemon zest.
Makes me don't follow recipe.
Right. That's right.
Suggestion.
It's a guide only. And if you follow a recipe to the T, sometimes your creativity does not come out. So be creative in the kitchen. You know, when it comes to baking, you might have to think about.
That's my problem. That's my difference.
Right? Right? So don't follow. Don't follow the rules, Kelly.
You're told to do.
Don't follow the rules. Thank you, Kelly. You don't follow the rules. How's that going? Are we burning it? I think almost. All right, let me get them out of there. So. They're pretty. So. Let me show them this pretty stuff. There we are. How's that? How's that looking? Yeah, and then I'm gonna just warm these babies up. Let's stick those in. No, let's do it like this. Okay. So. Okay, Mary, you need a spatula. Here, let me. Here's another way. So.
Do you have the basket? I found a basket on there.
Hold on. Yes, go ahead. So the Cuisinart is different from the Breville. You can put your finger through the base and hold on to it. The Breville does not allow that. Pass this around.
so smooth.
Right? Pass around. Eat some more. Eat some more. More, Papa. You know, I'm wondering, I'm hoping you didn't lock Blair out. Did she text you? Kind of cold out there. Yeah, tell her the back door is open too. But I can also. Okay. Lots. Lots. All right.
That's very smooth.
Aces on another recipe, Mary.
Good job. Good job, team. Let's do the chef.
We don't try recipes before this class. It's a secret.
Right. 100%.
Right? And again, you can make these as thick or as thin as you want. Just would say, if you're going to go to the effort of making them, you make a lot.
Mary, can you put the camera on what she's doing?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. All I'm doing is scooping these little things off of here.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that.
Are yours crispy?
They're not too bad. My thin ones are not as crispy, but these were thicker than my morning routine. So I think that the fiber is holding them together, but they are by no means crispy. They're like a baked potato, really. Okay. We're gonna wait for those other ones to come out. Okay. I think what we'll do.
Teresa, did you guys boil for your chip?
I'll shred the chicken on them. Well, if you cover it just like you can, you bring it comes to temperature without overcooking it. So
Teresa,
yeah.
Did you use tinfoil instead of parchment crispy aspect?
This morning I used parchment, but I had somebody take care of prep all my pans, so that's why they had foil on them. With parchment, they come right off. There's no sticking. With foil, so you can use whatever you have.
So wrap the parchment around the chicken.
Well, no, she meant, Val, you meant the roasting pan, right? Is what you meant?
The sweet potato chips.
Yeah, so I always cover my pans because they're easier to clean up.
I think we put a little extra.
Yeah, I'm not chicken your priority. Okay. All right.
2 forks, is that really fancy as it gets?
All right. There are such a thing as meat shredding forks, and I do have those, but I don't have a lot of them. So, and you know, there's a situation with shipping. So if I take one off the sales floor, I can't sell it. So they're big, they're called meat claws, and they'll shred pork, beef, chicken, whatever protein you want. And they're used by barbecuers mostly, right? They're trying to do pulled pork, brisket, all of that. So yes, there are tools. Yummy. Okay, does anybody not want protein on their nachos? I'm happy to accommodate. Oh boy, we're gonna pile it on. And that's, another thing, right? You can tent with Graff or you can tent with foil, whatever you have. Oh, okay. Probably what we'll do, we'll make a fancy plate, but what we're gonna do is we've got all this nachos. They're gonna come out warm. This is all gonna go on top of that warm. Yeah, okay. Right.
Sounds great.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. How many teenagers did you feed the other night? Like 20. Oh my God.
Boys.
No.
One counts for 10.
Use
that one that we eat last. And he's 16.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Here's your gallon of milk.
Just 2 adult meals.
Yeah.
That's how Daniel eats.
Right. Right. That's not. Slice. Huh. Val, do you have this tool? Who's got this tool? Yep. Who's got this tool?
Val's saying no. It's like another stocking stuffer.
Like that.
Actually, I don't have it. I bought it as a gift and gave it to somebody, an avocado. And then you just take the thing and you go right through there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What? Oh my gosh, I need that.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh. You know how many times I've punctured my hand with my paring
That's a little soft. Yep. There's I think a code that's called avocado hands now with insurance companies. Right? Because you take the knife, you go, whoo, and you go right through all your tendons.
I just did that this week. Put the rack down one.
There we go. Slick. I don't know.
When I like this one, you can press down. So that's perfect. No, if it's too square, it's gonna be very vibration. And if you can't press it on, it's too green. So I always, people always look at me because I'm always grabbing and going, no. And every other kind of, nope, not yet.
And if you get hard avocados, then you just have to wait a few days. Sometimes though, you just get hard avocados. All right. I don't like to waste any. Ooh. Can't waste avocados. Is that done?
Yep.
Oh, great. Okay, just hit the off, yeah. And tell the texture is different on that. I don't know why, but. Oh, there's a Mexico avocado that you can eat the skins. It is so yummy.
Wow.
It is so yummy. It's like an apple. Yeah, but I've only ever seen them in Mexico. I've never seen them anywhere else. So, no, you could eat, right? But we'll pass. There we go. Right. All right, we're getting there. It's all gonna come together. Getting there. Oh.
Don't forget the jalapeno.
Those are jalapeno, and who knows? We're just going in. Who wants to have one?
Right? The pickled ones are really good, but I don't have any. Oh, no, that was not wise. I oftentimes will put on a glove. So. Right, and preps. So here we are. You make mad work of this. Oh yeah. Should I do that? Hummus instead? All right. We're just gonna eat the rainbow. I'll just do a little, and then we can have more hummus. My neck is short. I don't have a lot of room on my cutting board. Oh yeah, there's lots of water. We got lots of water. Oh, the pretty rainbow. Oh, the pretty rainbow. Okay, got that going on. More of that. Okay. Whew. Oh, almost forgot. We got more. Wait.
Look at our nachos.
You guys! Way to go! Are you having margaritas?
What is that? Cilantro.
Was it on the menu?
Up there. Oh, it's already. Oh, no, not muted. Hit the button.
Oh, I don't know what's.
Will you show your nachos again so everyone can see them? Oh, they put in that guacamole. Okay, here.
So when I was looking at the recipe, I noticed it did not have, which I thought was like a no.
You see,
I decided that we needed to add cilantro to the recipe.
We should. Sorry. We should. I'll say that. Look at that. Woo. Smells bad.
There's a bar, isn't there a bar next door? Just go get them to go.
I went in there first on the way here. I was like, whoops, wrong door.
To go,
To
yeah.
go.
Remember the governor changed the law.
I'm gonna tell you, in Texas, those women, they passed this, the woman's head of the restaurant association and all the women in, I know a few of them. She did, let's put a gallon in and see if they see it. You can take a gallon in Texas home. None of those
Party
state
time.
senators, if they saw it, they didn't say anything. But they really
They're
think
right.
they
I don't
can
think
read
there's
it.
a limit.
I don't think there's.
I don't know. Okay. All right, we'll add some more. I'll load these babies up. Those things are hot. Okay. Then chicken, then beans. Okay. Yeah, we'll get Blair to go, man.
Pass that back to you, Julie. Right off there. Pass it back.
Oh.
Did you like it?
Ooh, so pretty.
Right, and then line this. It's the first one. It's so
Darcy sent me a picture of their plated nachos.
Oh my God, that's beautiful. Way to go, girls. Wait.
Oh, wow. The girl party right there, their plate of nachos.
Right.
Let me take a picture when you're done garnishing that.
Do a little bit of this. Right, just call it anything nachos and it works.
Holy nachos.
All right, we have to, okay. We'll just put those across. So everybody knows where those are. Nobody gets any surprises. Whew.
Job, T.
All right, everybody got the pictures? All right, let's serve this.
You want me to get like a spatula?
Oh, look.
Or
Just, you want
do you want me to hold it? I'll
and
hold it.
we'll
Nice.
serve.
Okay,
Have a
sounds
few
good.
shots.
Ooh, yeah, it's hot. Wait. Hot diggity dog. Wait, we got the pico. Toss that around.
Yeah, put this one down. These babies off tomorrow.
Wow. Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah.
Watch out for the jalapeno.
Yeah.
Well, anyone have any questions? I know Lori had to go off on the Zoom call, but any kitchen cooking questions or?
You
can avoid the
jalapenos for me.
This
was this?
Nope. Oh, yeah. Good thing these plates are worse.
So what do you guys think? Those of you who are eating your nachos and hummus there in Utah and West Des Moines, and how's it going?
The hummus. Well, we realized in our hummus, we put the spices on our sweet potatoes instead of in the hummus. So now that's actually, just so you know, you can put cumin and paprika on the potatoes and they taste good too.
And they're gonna still taste amazing, yeah. So did you like how the hummus still turned out?
Yeah, so we added the spices to our hummus. It's good. And now we're just getting ready to broil our nachos.
Did you see Vicky when you were there?
We, I was gonna say, we, on the nachos, we had an option of this kind of tropical pico with pineapple in addition to the regular pico de gallo, and it's really good.
Nice. What do you guys, what'd you use to dip in your hummus?
We got a beautiful vegetable tray that Pam made for us.
Nice.
Oh.
We're eating the rainbow.
To go small amount on this one. Sounds fine. Is that good? She said that's good.
And we also have crackers.
I know. You could air fry it next time. Did you add any salt?
The only salt was added was to the sweet potatoes and the chicken. Let me show you what the salt.
That's bacon, it's kind of the same thing, but.
Oh, no.
That would have been a good.
That's fine. That's it.
And this is the salt.
You think you what? You like something? Most of the house is made already.
Salt, Teresa?
Yeah.
Salt, yeah.
I didn't use anything that's not.
We were kind of wondering about using an air fryer for the sweet potato chips.
Oh, what do you think of that, Teresa? An air fryer for the sweet potato chip?
Oh, yeah, then crisp them up. You could do that. Yeah. Spray your oil.
Of course, your oven has a feature.
So remember, an air fryer is basically a convection oven.
Right, Dave, come out of that. Sorry.
It's a small one.
Okay. So I can use my convection oven?
Yeah.
What temperature would I put it on?
400.
Second batch. How hungry are you? Potatoes were crispy? Okay, turn that so it's not.
So this, I know we advertise it as holiday sides or starters, but I feel like this could be a meal.
Oh, totally. So this is your Super Bowl, right? You just bring it out on the 9 by or the tray. Not fancy. What do you think?
This is yummy. The chicken is really moist, Teresa. Wow.
I like the potatoes. I know they're not crispy like a fried potato, but they're still good. All right. You're gonna make this one? You're gonna make this one?
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
So does this convince you on sweet potatoes even more?
A little bit. They're thinner in there. A little bit.
That's awesome.
So if you were, whew, so pretty. So it would cool off and, you know, you'd scoop it out or just, I didn't have to scoop anything. I just peeled the outer layer out and put it in the bowl to cool. So, but. What's that? For my hummus, yeah. There's plenty here, folks. I'm digging that hummus stuff. One dip.
You think cheese? You think sour cream or cheese?
Where's that?
No, you can do queso fresco if you don't want to melt the cheese. Because it's salty. Queso fresco, which is not nothing that you can download.
Crisco. It's a tea of like cattle, but not any, doesn't taste anything like that.
Nutritional yeast, right? Right? No, it's your vegan cheese. Just
I'll try
saying.
it.
Yeah.
Now, what would you put that in? Just, I know we put it in one of the things we did last.
Yeah, it's your vegan cheese. So if people put it on their popcorn.
Add it to anything.
Right.
I put it in some cheesy grits the other day. I just butter
So
it
it's the
with nutritional yeast.
cashew no cheese sauce, right? It's nutritional yeast, Cobb's red meat. Yeah, yummy. It's good. And you can make crackers with it too. What do you think? Awesome. Without the chicken. I couldn't.
I think if one thing the cooking classes always remind me of is eating healthy doesn't have to be boring and it doesn't have to be without taste. And as we said, it can be very creative. And I feel like we use a lot of the same ingredients and we just do it in a little bit different ways. Sometimes it's a different spice flavor or it might be cooked a little bit differently. But Teresa, another home run. Good job.
Thank you, Nella. To be determined for January, February, March.
Yep.
So we don't know. We have to get together. Brain trust. Let's get together.
Yeah. Match up our schedules. Thank you, our virtual chefs. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Enjoy your meal and company tonight.
Thank you.
Bye, Bex.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You don't want to?